You are no longer abandoned. From this day forward, you are my wife, and these are our children. Welcome home.
Let me be clear. She is my wife, and these two children are mine. Any disrespect will not be tolerated.
Thank you all so much for celebrating with us today.
We are truly grateful to see you all here.
Haina moves through the dim glow of the soul night, her breath forming pale threads in the cool air as she clings to the scattered fragments of her shattered life, her thoughts spinning in a frantic storm around the secrets her family forced her to carry alone, and each step she takes feels heavier, as if the past itself is gripping her ankles. Trying to drag her back into the darkness, she escaped, and yet she pushes forward, sensing that the truth she seeks waits somewhere ahead, even as the streets twist around her like a maze she cannot see the end of, and the shadow trailing behind her grows closer with every fading echo of her footsteps, leaving her unsure whether safety or danger approaches in the next heartbeat she enters. A narrow alley lined with flickering signs and the hum of vending machines, vibrating through the stillness while her eyes scan for any sign of shelter. Her pulse quickening as she reads remnants of familiar names on the walls, names that should have protected her but instead trapped her in lies, woven carefully through years of manipulation, and she knows that the envelope pressed to her chest holds the evidence that could destroy the ones who betrayed her. Yet the deeper she walks into the alley, the stronger the feeling becomes that she is not alone, and that the secrets in her grasp belong to someone far more powerful than she ever imagined, someone who may already be watching from the unseen corners of the city, waiting for the perfect moment to reach out and seize her, just as she senses a presence moving behind her in a way that makes her breath stutter in her throat. At the same time, high above the sleepless streets, Min Jae stands before the vast window of his glass tower, the city lights stretching out like a galaxy beneath him, while the soft hum of the security monitors fills the room with a quiet tension he cannot shake, and he studies the grainy footage that shows Haina approaching his building, her figure small but determined, carrying an aura of desperation he has not seen in years, and as he leans closer to the screen, he recognizes something in the way. She moves, something that triggers a long-buried memory that rushes through him like an unexpected current, making his heart stumble for a moment, and he realizes that whatever brings her to his door is tied to a truth he once forced himself to forget, even as another shadow appears in the corner of the footage, following her with deliberate steps, leaving him with a chill he cannot explain, and a decision he must make before fate chooses for him. He orders the doors opened for her, though uncertainty claws at him with every passing second, and he moves through the silent halls of the tower with measured steps, as if preparing for a confrontation he has avoided for far too long, and each step echoes through the empty corridor like a warning that the world he controls so carefully is on the brink of unraveling the moment she crosses the threshold. And when he reaches the main entrance, he pauses, sensing that whatever waits on the other side will rip open the sealed past, linking them both, and change the future he built with relentless determination. And as he finally sees her silhouette approaching through the glass, he feels a revelation rising inside him, one he is not ready to speak yet, must face nonetheless, as the lights above flicker in a quiet omen that something unseen is drawing near, ready to strike. The moment he lets her in, Haina stands frozen as the declaration echoes through the vast office, her mind spinning in disbelief, while Min Jae watches her with an intensity that makes the world tilt around her, and she cannot understand how a marriage she never agreed to could possibly bind her. Yet his voice carries the weight of documents signed in secrecy years ago, documents forged by her family to protect their collapsing empire, and the realization crashes over her like a wave, pulling her under until her breath shudders in her chest, and she reaches into her bag to reveal two small photographs that tremble between her fingers, images that shift everything Min Jae believed he knew, and as he stares at them, unable to speak, the air between them thickens with a silence so sharp it threatens to cut through the fragile ground they stand on, leaving the truth hovering between them. Ready to strike, Min Jae steps closer, his gaze locked on the images of two infants with features that mirror his own in ways he cannot deny, and he feels the foundation of his world shake as the questions he has buried for years begin to claw their way to the surface, demanding answers he is not sure he wants to face, and the betrayal he once assumed had taken everything from him suddenly reveals a deeper wound, one carved by secrets too dangerous to speak aloud. And as he lifts his eyes to Haina, he sees fear and exhaustion etched into her expression, as though she has been carrying the weight of these children alone through storms he never knew existed, and his heart tightens with an emotion he refuses to name, while the shadows around them deepen, hinting that they are no longer alone in the room, preparing to expose truths neither of them are ready to confront before he can form a single word. The lights flicker once more, plunging them into a dim haze as the office doors slide shut with a mechanical slam that reverberates through the tower, and Heine flinches, her instincts sharpening as she senses a presence moving just beyond the glass walls, a presence that has followed her for months, waiting for the moment she would seek out the one person who could protect her and the children she has kept hidden. And as the heavy footsteps echo through the private corridor leading to a sealed room, she grips the edge of the desk, trying to steady her breath, while Min-jae straightens his posture, feeling danger closing in around them like a tightening noose, and a cold certainty settles in his chest that someone else has known the truth all along, watching both him and Heine from the shadows, plotting each step with meticulous precision as the footsteps grow louder and nearer. Min-jae ushers Heine behind him, his voice low and steady, though his pulse pounds like a war drum beneath the surface of his calm exterior, and he moves toward the corridor with a determination that sends a chill through Heine as she realizes he is preparing for a confrontation that has been years in the making, and the corridor lights flicker in uneven bursts, casting shifting shapes across the walls, shapes that seem to move just out of sight, as though something or someone is lurking at the edge of their vision, waiting for the perfect moment to strike. And Heine clutches the photographs close to her heart, willing herself not to falter, while Min-jae advances toward the unknown threat, his figure cutting through the gloom with a resolve that leaves her wondering what secrets he too has been hiding beneath his polished exterior. As the darkness ahead grows heavier with each step he takes, the door at the end of the corridor creaks open with a slow, deliberate motion, revealing a dimly lit archive room filled with rows of locked drawers and sealed boxes, each containing fragments of the company's past, as well as pieces of Min-jae's life he has never allowed anyone else to see. And Heine hesitates at the threshold, sensing that whatever waits inside is tied to the twisted foundation of both their histories in ways she has not yet imagined. And Min-jae enters the room with the confidence of someone who has fought countless battles, yet for the first time he feels the weight of uncertainty pressing against his spine as the shadows stretch across the floor, forming shifting patterns that seem almost alive, and he motions for Heine to stay close, though his voice carries an unspoken fear that she does not miss, as a faint whisper drifts from the far corner of the room, sending a chill racing through their bodies. Heine steps forward despite her trembling legs, drawn by an invisible pull toward the source of the whisper, and she finds herself staring at a metal drawer slightly ajar, the number etched on its surface matching the date of her disappearance the night her family cast her out. And she exchanges a glance with Min-jae, recognizing the same instinct in his eyes, that something hidden within that drawer ties them together in a way that neither of them expected. And when Min-jae reaches out to open it, the air thickens with a tension so palpable it feels as though the room itself is holding its breath, as the drawer slides open, revealing a stack of documents, photographs, and sealed envelopes, all marked with the same symbol she found on the papers her family tried to destroy. And the truth begins to unfold before them, layer by layer, as they realize someone has orchestrated every step of their lives, leading them to this exact moment. Before they can examine the contents, a sharp crash erupts from behind them, sending both spinning around as the lights flicker violently, plunging the room into a brief moment of darkness. And when the lights return, a figure stands in the doorway, shrouded in shadow, its silhouette familiar enough to freeze Heine in place, as her breath catches in a silent gasp. And Min-jae moves instantly, shielding her with his body as the figure steps forward, revealing an expression marked with cold satisfaction and a smile that suggests they have been waiting for this confrontation far longer than either Heine or Min-jae ever realized. And the air thickens with impending danger as the figure opens their mouth to speak, leaving the next words hanging unspoken in the heavy silence, as though the truth is about to shatter everything they thought they knew. In the next breath,